BMW Motorrad just unveiled their newest motorcycle, the R1300 Adventure, but many fans were disappointed with its look and preferred the Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sports. This time, we'll compare the Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sports to the BMW R1300 Adventure in terms of design, engine, chassis, and other attributes. First, let's talk about design. Because BMW raised the volume of its fuel tank to 30 liters, compared to the Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sport's narrower design and fuel tank capacity of approximately 25 liters, many have remarked that the BMW R1300 Adventure has a Lego-like look because it is overly boxy. But when it comes to headlamp design, we think the BMW R1300 Adventure appears more distinctive and menacing than the Africa Twin Adventure Sports. Then in terms of the engine, powering the BMW R1300 Adventure, we find the 1,300 cubic centimeters boxer twin with shift-cam variable valve timing system, capable of delivering a maximum power of 145 horsepower with a peak torque of 149 Newton. The new R1300 Adventure now has 4 riding modes, including Rain, Road, Eco, and Enduro. And as an option for the first time on a BMW motorcycle, comes the new automated shift assistant. Meanwhile, the Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sports is powered by a 1,084 cubic centimeters parallel twin engine with liquid-cooled, which can provide a maximum power of 100 horsepower with a peak torque of 112 Newton. Africa Twin Adventure Sports also comes with 4 riding modes, including Urban, Tour, Gravel, and Off-Road. And as we know, the Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sports is also equipped with DCT variant with dual-clutch transmission system, which has been revised to provide a more natural feel during initial acceleration, especially between first and second gear. Then we'll talk about the chassis. On the BMW R1300 Adventure, the frame has been completely redesigned compared to the previous model and now features a main shell structure in sheet steel and a tubular reticular aluminum frame, composed of aluminum tubes and forged parts, designed to offer greater rigidity. The suspensions also change, revised according to the new, more compact engine. The systems remain the familiar ones, including telelever, but they change completely, so much so that they have earned the name Evo, like on the standard 1300. Furthermore, there is an additional roller bearing in the ball joint on the frame to ensure greater steering precision. Changes also to the rear, with the all-new Evo paralever that features a stiffer connection to the suspension. In addition, dynamic suspension adjustment arrives as standard. In practice, the system now combines dynamic adjustment of front and rear damping with a corresponding adjustment of spring stiffness depending on both the selected mode. And the rims are spoked, 19-inch at the front and 17-inch at the rear. Meanwhile, the Africa Twin Adventure Sports uses a semi-double cradle frame, and the Showa electronically equipped ride adjustment suspension is now standard, no longer an option as on the previous Africa Twin. This system automatically adjusts the damping force based on driving conditions, with 4 suspension modes, including mid, hard, soft, and off-road. And the rims are also spoked, 19-inch at the front and 18-inch at the rear. As standard, on the BMW R1300 Adventure we find dynamic cruise control with braking function, while optional features include active cruise control, forward collision warning, lane departure warning, and the new rear collision warning. Meanwhile on the Africa Twin Adventure Sports we find emergency stop signal, self-cancelling indicators, cruise control, and cornering lights. There is no radar function yet like on the BMW R1300 Adventure.